more of those signs of Canada.
Hey, we're Liz and Kieran.
Hi.
And this is our trip to Scotland. So join us while we check out some really cool stuff, adventure through the country and through the city, and eat lots of good food and meet lots of cool people. So stay tuned. Here we are on our first leg of our journey. We have to take a little flight from
Our hometown.
down to the main place where you get airplanes.
Vancouver.
It's about a 20-minute flight. It is a really nice one. Really beautiful views, although you do not want to be on these airplanes when they have turbulence.
Bleh. But it is gorgeous to see the city from up top. You get to see how small it is and how remote we are. Here we are in the hotel room.
We stayed at the airport hotel, and I was a little stir-crazy and excited.
We're here in the Vancouver airport.
Throwing some coins into a place we're not supposed to throw coins into, but it was a beautiful aquarium.
It was gorgeous.
We also bought some chocolates for the flight crew at the airport, and I think they were much appreciated.
Kara and Nate, I think that's the hack from them. It's a great hack. And we're going to Scotland. It's selfie time. Thank you to all the flight crews.
Here we've landed. We were so tired. And the first set of stairs, which should have been foreshadowing for what was to come for us in our trip. If you're not a person who does stairs very well, I don't know.
Scotland isn't for you.
Scotland is for you. There was a lot of stairs.
We got our steps in. I am tired. Here we go. We're really tired at this point.
Here is our window from the Castle Rock Hostel. So we got in here last night and crashed at 6 p.m. because we were absolutely exhausted and jet-lagged. And slept till about 9 o'clock this morning. So I think we're feeling much recovered. And we're gonna head out to get some breakfast soon. But overall, just happy to be here.
Yeah, rocking it out.
Rocking it out. Hostel room. Just tiny, has a slanted ceiling that I have bashed my head on a couple of times, but bed was comfy, sheets are clean, that's all that matters.
You got number 73, but number 74. Yeah, I like the Star Wars room. Look cool.
Then we were out to get some breakfasts. First few sights of the Royal Mile. Lots of shopping, lots of cafes and restaurants, lots of buskers. It was really cool.
I love seeing the cobblestone.
What are you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
It's bigger on the inside.
That's what she said.
It's a Doctor Who joke, but yeah. Here, take a photo of me. Oh, I got it.
I'll take a photo of you taking it.
There's lots of these cool little like old alleyways and things like that. There's so much to explore.
Great views.
We also drank a ton of coffee.
Yeah, a lot of coffee, and we went to this little restaurant. Of course, bagpipes. Wouldn't be Scotland if you didn't see a bagpipe or two.
I hadn't been robbed yet when I was here, so I was still quite caught.
We went back to our hostel, which was right by the Edinburgh Castle. It was really a great location. I really loved this place. It was clean, people were friendly, really unique. I thought it was
Great commons area. Castle Rock Hostel, you get 5 stars.
Yeah.
And there's the castle across the street. That comes up later on, and we went to a graveyard.
Yeah, lots of exploring kind of in like walking distance in this area. So we saw lots of beautiful cemeteries, lots of beautiful homes. It's just a ton of really cool stuff to look at. Then we went to the Greyfriars Cemetery, which is, if you're a Harry Potter fan, you know that that's where some of the inspiration from the names in the books came from.
The cafe that the Harry Potter writer sat in to write the books is facing this graveyard. Stairs, stairs, stairs. Just beautiful old architecture. I love the way that Scotland keeps the old and the new together.
It was a beautiful sunset that night too.
We actually went to the castle to see if we could get in, but you can't get in without tickets ahead of time. I think the wife is tired.
That night there was fireworks because it was Guy Fawkes Day.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning.
We're going on a nerd adventure.
That's right. To
No, we're going to see castles.
the ancestral home of Jamie Fraser.
Ah, here we are. This is Mid-Hope Castle, otherwise known as Lallybroch. For any Outlander fans out there, yes, this was an Outlander tour. We listen and we don't judge. So this was one thing I really wanted to do when we came to Scotland, and it really was beautiful. Super cool.
And yes, we did tie Liz up and whip her in the entranceway.
We didn't include the clips from that though, don't worry.
No.
That's on a different website.
And here it is, a little introduction. It's quite a touristy spot, but you can see how it gets filmed. It's gorgeous.
And here we are next at Blackness Castle, which was another really cool castle, another Outlander filming location.
No machine guns.
No, just regular cannons.
We watched an episode of Outlander the other night where Roger and Brianna actually come straight through that door we walked through.
Yep.
And walk through this courtyard. The first time Brianna's visiting Scotland, so it was pretty cool to go in that place and see it all.
And besides the Outlander side of things, this castle's been around here for a long time. You could feel the amount of presence that it exudes, especially in these rooms or halls where people would celebrate and drink and be merry, and you could see the big rooms where food would be stored and kept and cooked.
And giant fireplaces.
Huge. Here we are back on the tour bus.
And our next stop was Linlithgow Palace. Another Outlander filming location, of course. We didn't go inside because it was an extra cost, but they have a beautiful grounds there. You can walk around, beautiful cemetery, lots of really interesting things to look at while you're there.
Nice little cafe here in this little town too.
Yeah, there's a few places to grab coffee and a bite to eat. We had some delicious pea and basil soup at that little cafe.
It's so good. Oh, and here?
At this last castle, which the name seems to be escaping me. Dune Castle, that's what it is.
Dune Castle, another filming location.
And early 2014. Of course, in the show, the castle goes by the fictional name Castle Lochs. It's the place where the heroine's Second World War nurse, Claire, is mysteriously transported.
It was a really cool spot. Tons of history in this place as well. Back on the road again, and next up we were at... what is this town called? Coolross. So they filmed some of Outlander Season 7B here. Gayless Duncan's home was in this little area. And this is the morning of my 30th birthday. Drinking a nice fancy latte. This was...
some of the best breakfast we had the whole trip.
It was amazing food here at 22 Royal Terrace. That was the name, I believe, of this hotel. They also had like a really unique decor. The owner was apparently an art collector, so every floor was just covered with the most beautiful art you've ever seen.
Very eclectic.
Very eclectic and interesting, yeah.
Everyone loved her, though. It seemed like the staff loved her. The building was beautiful, and the chef and the wait staff were excellent.
Yeah.
6 out of 5 stars.
6 out of 5.
Yeah.
Although I do have to say, the food there kind of spoiled us. We had such high expectations after.
Is that your new pet?
No.
Just gotta get a selfie with the T-Rex.
Tons of cool stuff in that museum. We honestly needed several days to check it all out, but
yeah, go check it out. It's free.
next we went to this burger place. I might have had a few drinks. They had some really good food there too. And then that night we went on a ghost tour. It was awesome.
Well, I'd say this is one of the nicer hotel rooms. And bed, I'll give you a 9.5 out of 10. You had some lumps, but you were pretty damn comfy. And as much as I don't like down pillows, I think I just haven't had the right ones.
Here we are at Black Sheep Coffee. I love this place. I wanted to bring Kieran here every day.
Okay, we had Mario Lo-Fi this morning, so I find this quite ironic. And this is just before we head out on our train trip. And it's also Goku shooting a Kamehameha right in my direction.
Here we are, ScotRail, baby!
Train transport's super easy in Scotland.
And just like that, we were in Glasgow.
You know, we're going to the Glasgow necropolis today. We're gonna see some dead people.
On the way to the necropolis, we walked down Buchanan Street and saw lots of cool sights again. Lots of shops, lots of pigeons.
Yeah, the pigeons here were amusing. I had to get a shot of them. They were everywhere, just huge groups of them.
We ran into this little Christmas market, and I was super stoked about this because a reason I wanted to come to Scotland was to check out like all the beautiful Christmas markets and decor, and I was not disappointed. This was a pleasant surprise.
And we were planning to go to the Edinburgh Christmas market, but you'll see later we did. But this one was unplanned, so it was quite nice. And
it was a lot more chill in retrospect.
yeah, a lot more chill. More how you'd imagine one.
And then I convinced Kieran that I needed to ride this Sky
Death
Tower
Trap?
ride. And we were having fun questioning our life choices at this point.
We did it. Our buttholes are clenched.
Oh, and this guy told us that he rented this from Gumroad or Gumtree, one of their Craigslist in Scotland, and it's just a little police box, and he's selling us coffee. I had to stop and get a coffee. This is the kind of detail I love. And here we are, the necropolis.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Really breathtaking if you're into that sort of thing, like cemeteries and stuff like that. Now, Google tells me there's over 50,000 people buried here. Famous people and regular people. Very popular for use in movies and ghost tours. We didn't do a ghost tour this time there, but I think next time I would love to do that.
Yeah, lots of Masonic and Gothic symbolism. It's great.
We did laundry because we stank. Had some delectable afternoon tea in Glasgow as well.
Great sandwiches.
Great sandwiches, great art and murals in Glasgow too. And before we know it, the weekend was over and we were off to Inverness.
Where are we going?
We're going to Inverness today, and I've got a cheeky Greg's.
And we got Greg's. Yeah. Anyway. We're going to Inverness.
The train rides were really pleasant, really fun.
So this is our Inverness Airbnb.
Move over that Wi-Fi thing.
Very cute little place. The host left us some fresh eggs and some chocolate, some honey, and I think these are like crumpets or English muffins or something. Some great views of the town. And a really nice bathroom. Beautiful shower. Cute mirrors. It's a bit chilly this morning. I think this is the first day I've woken up and been like, brr. But we're going on a tour of the Isle of Skye, Loch Ness, and another cool castle, I think. Yeah. Just a turn. Inverness is really beautiful. It's like this quaint small city.
There's no coffees open this early.
Yeah, there's no coffee shops open this early at 7:30 a.m. But we're rallying, we're doing it.
And here we go. Early morning tour. Very worth it. This tour was by far the best we picked.
That was a quick shot of Loch Ness. We didn't spend too much time there, it was just a quick stop. And then we were off. We were headed to our first stop, Eileen Donnan Castle? I think that's how you pronounce it.
While we're in this area, keep an eye out for goats. There's a herd of wild goats that lives around here.
And Liz loved the horses.
Yeah, they were so cute.
Problematic pony. Hello! Hello, sweetie. Do you like to block the road? You do, don't you? Pretty cute for being a nuisance. Just checking out our bus.
The tour guide described these guys as a nuisance.
Yeah, the tour guide said if you are nice to them, they will block your car.
Yeah, block the road and demand apples before they'll move for your bus.
But they let us go. They were good, and the view from up here was spectacular. I think he said this is one of the biggest lochs in Scotland. Loch being lake.
Although I can't remember what it was called because this was an extra stop the tour guide had decided to bring us to because he loved this spot. It wasn't necessarily a part of the tour.
Oh, and here's the Canadian-owned next up castle.
No, we weren't there yet. We were in the bus on our way there though at this point when I had a little nap.
Oh yes, Liz in a natural state. Here we are.
Yes, so this is Eileen Donnan Castle. Very beautiful, lots of Canadian history apparently. Some of our friends on the tour bus shared with us. They said that there was some lumber that had been brought from Canada over to Scotland when they did some rebuilding on this castle in the 1940s.
1940s, yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty cool.
We got to walk along this land bridge to it. It was a beautiful castle. You could see the inside was all redone, beautiful kitchen. Apparently there were some creepy wax figures inside.
And next thing we knew, we were on Isle of Skye. Bing, bang, boom.
That's the bridge you can see there.
Here we are, first up on the Isle of Skye. In the distance there is the Saucy Mary pub. Interesting story about a saucy... What was her deal?
She had a toll chain.
Yeah, she lived in a castle and she had a toll chain she would raise to stop boats. But when they weren't paying the toll, she decided to show them a boob so that they would start paying the toll. And that is the story of Saucy Mary.
And Isle of Skye was definitely worth the trip. It was beautiful there, super friendly locals, great food. You see a little shot of the famous harbor there too here. It really was a cool experience to just get driven around in a bus and get to look at all the sights.
And our tour guide told us to come check out this spot. He said you have to go up the hill. A lot of people don't, even locals, so go up. So we did. We did a little walk around the park, and it was worth it. It was gorgeous. You get a real 360 view all around the loch.
Reminded me a lot of home, actually.
Yeah, you could say this was BC, and I wouldn't bat an eyelash.
Probably the least crowded place we visited in Scotland, too.
Definitely. The land of the furry cows.
Here we are at the Kerrang!
It's a huge old volcanic eruption that's been carved out by the sands of time. So this is all volcanic eruptions, and the hardened rock on the inside is what's showing at the tops of a lot of these shots. And it gets worn down by the wind, which you can't hear right here, but it's so windy, and I think I even comment. Ancient waterfall, very touristy, very iconic. So was it a little windy?
A little windy.
It's great to take some shots of. Beautiful.
Beautiful, and a beautiful sunset that night, too.
Yeah, it was a little darker than you're seeing here, and you can see the moon. Where are we going now?
Back to Edinburgh. This is our last train of our trip, and I'm gonna cry.
Okay, we're not gonna film her crying. Yep. Coffees and trains.
Alright, let's go.
And we're off again. Back
Trains.
to Edinburgh. Trains and sheeps.
The trains are inexpensive and a great way to get around. They go right downtown, and they have connectors to all sorts of spots.
Yes, would highly recommend train travel, especially in the cities in Scotland.
We're back.
And then we went to Edinburgh Castle finally. So this is the castle that we showed you in the beginning. That was near our hostel. So we got our tickets. We finally had to go and check it out. So much history there, amazing views. You can see why they chose to build the castle where they did.
Yeah, a little foreshadowing for later too. I like that. Again, the sword room, just to die for. It was, I mean, literally, a lot of people did.
Swords go swords.
This room also used to house up to 300 military men before it was a museum room.
Then we were just wandering back down the Royal Mile that night. The Royal Mile goes right up to Edinburgh Castle, so when you walk back down, you're kind of going back down the hill, and tons of restaurants and shopping and everything along there.
It's a very walkable city, even though it looks like it's a lot of hills. You don't really notice because you're really just engaged all the time.
We had a bit of time to kill because we were going to go to the Edinburgh Christmas market that night, so we went for a walk around the Princess Street Gardens. After that, we headed back up to the main drag, checked out these gorgeous lights that they had going. I love this part of getting to see the big Edinburgh things lit up, all the cool photo stations they had, the Ferris wheel, oh my gosh.
We really got to, I wouldn't say sneak. We really got to get up to the front of the line and get in early with the first beginning crew, but it was busy. Compared to the leather market, this was packed, but we did get some really good food here. What'd you get?
Toffee apple cider.
Cider.
And a cookie.
This is us checking out the Ferris wheel. Apparently you needed a reservation for that too. So we just looked at it. That was good enough for me. I know.
How's the bratwurst, baby?
Here's the other sky twirler.
Death Trap? Yeah.
But this one's in Edinburgh, and it's probably like twice the size and height of the one that we rode in Glasgow.
Maybe we should have gone on it, but it was so busy and so crazy at the time.
Yeah, it was just not our top priority. We were there for the food and the drink and to do a little Christmas shopping.
By that time, I think we'd been on our feet for 18 hours, so...
Yeah, that was a really long day that day. We also went to the Surgeons Museum that day, which was very cool. And you can see the sky twirlers right next to the Scott Monument. It was really a neat setup.
Canada. Can you start doing this?
The airport, we're going home.
We're at the airport going home. Tune in for our next trip.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching.